Pink
Let's
Limeade.
see the pink limeade or the welcome everybody, or the Donnie Burger.
Yeah.
What up, everybody? It has been a while since we've been on. I am Shaggy, and this is
Chums.
and this is High Halftime. So we decided to come on. We figured it's been a minute. We also have to get in the rest of the NBA files before it's over with. But today we're gonna start with a little Bong Rip. So if you're smoking with us, please just tell us what you're smoking on. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Right now we are smoking on the Pink Limeade from Farmer's Cup. It was a cross that they did with Float, and then also the Donnie Burger from Farmer's Cup. And they do 4-gram jars, not 3.5. So they give you that little extra.
This is good stuff, man. I guess not only do they put on good events, but they also grow good stuff.
They know good weed.
What percentages is this even? Oh, wow. It smokes much more.
So, whoo, that is good. If you want to check out my episode with Josh from Farmer's Cup, co-founder, we just did about an hour ago, but it is on my YouTube, Shag Wellens Way, or a trip down Stoner Drive.
Do you have like a tea or a toothpick or something over here?
No, but I got you.
Oh, okay.
I'll tap it out.
I got
some
in my
hand
car.
sanitizer. Yeah, I do need to get some more to go along with your the ashtray,
Here,
and
I'll just go
also
run and grab them, dude.
the new GIR shirts, which are fantastic. Golf and cannabis, I love it. Greens and regulation.
Fuck it.
But since we're talking about cannabis sports, I figure there's nothing better to start it off with than the marathon that was just last week. So
yeah, let's hear about that, dude. That's
so
a huge
Sunday,
achievement. Huge achievement.
Yeah, not this Sunday, but last Sunday, I did the Rock and Roll Marathon. It was just 26.2 miles in San Diego, and we did it the Shaggy way, just high as hell. So I took 2 syringes of FSO, full spectrum oil, which is using the entire plant. It's not just focused on the THC. It's using the other cannabinoids, the CBD, the CBG, the terpenes, and it's really good for medical patients. So cancer, Parkinson's, epilepsy, just things like that. It's really, really good for those patients. And just that way they get all their cannabinoids. It really helps with chemo. It really helps with the shakes, just different things like that. And so my dad currently uses not the same oil I'm using. They grow their own and actually start making their own. But he does 3 grams of FSO a day to help combat his tumors and stuff. And so that was partially the reason I did it. There's also, so I did 2 of those from Friendly Farms or Friendly Brands. They were the Mango Haze, and they tested at 850 milligrams of THC per syringe. So I did one at the very beginning around 6 o'clock. And then I did one at about mile 16 or 17. I did the second syringe. I had that in my bag while I was running. We also did, of course, I have to wake up every morning with a wake and bake. So with a Bong Rip, as I'm about to do now. And so I did about 3 before I left, or 2 before I left here. And we went to my buddy's place. I did another one. And then, so that was 3 before the race started. And then we had somebody at 5, 10, and 15 miles. So
I was on mile 10. It was fun.
Yes, you were. So I really appreciate that.
I would have stayed longer. I had to go to my mom's retirement party, unfortunately.
You're good, and congratulations to her.
Yeah, shit, that's pretty. It was pretty cool, but pretty fucking cool. Let's continue talking about this.
Oh yeah,
so about the individual miles.
So at 5 miles in, I had rushed from San Diego Times in. That was up in University, Normal Heights area. And so that was going through a neighborhood. And it was funny because, like, during that neighborhood, this neighborhood has, used to this because this happens every year. So there was people with like donut bites and stuff like that. There was people with Bloody Mary like shots and bars. There was one person that had tequila shots. There's whiskey shots. There's one guy that had like he had like a tequila, a whiskey, a vodka, and a beer shot. And so like you could choose. I didn't do any of those. Oh yeah. Well, so some people were doing the half, some were doing the full. If you did those while doing your full, power to you, because I did not hit those stations because I was doing my own thing. But like, I couldn't do it during a full. But if I was doing a half, I could have a couple beers like during it.
Sure.
And then mile 10 is where I saw you. That was
dude. You were fucking hauling ass. I was like, you texted me. I was like, I'm about like an hour out, and then you were like 20 minutes later. You're like, I'm about like a few blocks down the road. I was like, fuck, like I gotta fucking get down here.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to park in that Ralph's lot.
So it worked out.
Walk right out there,
where he had a bowl for me and everything, and Joanne was falling behind. So
yeah, it's cool to see.
I really
on the scooter, fucking.
I can't wait. She's working on the footage now, so she's gonna have a highlight film for me. And she also just got her documentary recently just got 2 awards. So Roll Up for Equity, which is about the equity program in cannabis going on. And so I was really excited to hear that. But yeah, so that's coming out. But hit mile 10 was Chums here, which was awesome. What flower did you have for me?
I don't remember.
No worries. But he had a bowl for me. It was awesome.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's what I needed. So at that mile marker, I was like, hell yeah.
It was
kept going.
It was a Cam Sativa one.
Ooh, the Devil Driver.
Yeah. No. I thought it was more. It was a hybrid.
Okay. Either way, it was good. And I also did a bull hit there, and then the next one was actually at 15 miles. Or 16 miles, and that was at the edge of Ocean Beach, going across the bridge right before SeaWorld. So we were running down that path down the highway, and then we hit that corner going up the bridge. And my friends from college were there, so they passed out the bowl, and I was like walking, and they like walked with me because they could walk along on the bridge. And then I just handed it back to them, and it was really cool. I saw another buddy from college there too, and I didn't know I'd see him. And then I saw another person on the trail that I didn't know was doing, or during the run that I didn't know was doing it. So shout out JMU. We were representing. We had at least 6 Dukes that I know. So at least 6 people from my college ran and completed the marathon. So that was pretty cool.
Spread pretty well out here in San Diego.
Yeah, we have. So, we just keep bringing out more and more. We're like, oh, this is beautiful. Yeah, let's stay out.
It's a good trade. Yeah, right.
And then unfortunately, so it's 15 or 16 when I did that last bull hit, and then 17 miles in is when I took the second syringe. So I pulled out the syringe and I was walking, and so I needed it because like my joints, I was starting to feel my knee a lot. The KT tape I did to help my knee fell off at like mile 3 or 4.
Did you stick to your original jogging 3 and then walking 1?
I just I did pretty good, but when as I felt, and then I'd pick like markers, like I'd like start walking. I was like, all right, I never walk a mile. Like I wasn't walking a whole mile. Like so it was like I walk like a quarter mile and then pick a spot. Like all right, there you start running again, and then run for a bit, and then I'd slow down. Like all right, there you start running again. So just ways to keep myself going. Unfortunately, after I did that part, I was headed to mile 20. My sisters got there, but my buddy with the bong wasn't able to get there in time. So 20, I saw my sisters, which was awesome, gave me another boost. But didn't get to smoke there. Then my people at 25 were waiting for me. It was my girl Kara and my sister-in-law Brandy. And shout out to both of you. Thank you. But when we were running, for something reason, it said like I had crossed when I had it in like 15 or like I don't know something. It didn't say that I crossed, but it said that I was like further to them than I was or something. I don't know. By a little bit. It wasn't much. So they started walking to the end already, and so then I just from like it was either my tracker or theirs, or I don't know what it was. But then I just told him I was like, meet me at the finish. and so I wasn't able to take a rip at 20 or 25. And so, but my buddy that was supposed to meet me at 20 was like, "Yo, we'll meet you with a pin. Tell me when you're close." And so I met him right about 50 yards before the or 20 yards before the finish, and like I go and
Finish
we
line?
hand it off. We hand it off. Almost drop it. I catch it. I turn around and I go and I pass the finish line, chiefing on my freaking pin. And then went and took a picture with the pin and my medal. And so I did
Oh, nice.
a total. And then when unfortunately, we couldn't get a Bong Rip right there. So we went to waterfront down the street to get some food, and we took another Bong Rip right after. So in total, I did 1,700 milligrams, 2 bull heads, and 5 or 6 Bong Rips
during the
during the
race.
that yeah from that morning I woke up until the end of the race. That last Bong Rip. And did it in 5.5 hours, just over 5.5 hours.
How in shape are you? Actually, would you say that you are like actually in shape?
I'm kind of in shape.
Like how much training did you really do? Because it
so
feels like this is like kind of a fucking like also a thing that needs to be added to it. Because
I did like 2 months of training, but like I didn't do as intense as you're supposed to, or as much as like you're supposed to. Like
sure, I mean some people are nuts.
Yeah, some people say you're supposed to get up to about 18 to 20 miles of your run before the race, and then slow down from there. About a month before the race, I was running like 5-10 miles or so. I pushed it up to 12 or 13 miles, and I hurt my knee during that run. And so I had to take like a week off of training, and then I was training a little bit, got sick. So then that took a week of my training away. And so I only got up to like 12 or 13 miles during my training, and I had to double that pretty much for my run. But it's very mental. So like I'm decently physical or in shape,
sure,
but like I don't run a lot. I don't work out a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
So it's very
that's also an added impressive level where it's like I don't feel like you trained really that much, and you just were like, yeah, I'll just do it. And like,
pretty much
kind of natural fucking athlete. Like
I do have a bit of that. Like my mom was
like,
a state championship basketball player
no
in Michigan, and my dad was a gymnast and stuff. So I have like good genes. And like I can run a bit, but like my biggest thing is it's very mental. It's a very mental, and I'm very good at pushing my body more and further and like stronger, and like so if as long as you have to kind of have the David Goggins mindset a little bit when you're doing shit like that. It's just like nothing's gonna break me, nothing's gonna stop me. If I fucking have to, I'll pull my leg across this like fucking finish line. That's the mentality I had. I was like, I'm not stopping. Like I'm going to complete it. And my goal is to just finish it under 7 hours. And then if I did between 5 and 6, I was ecstatic. Yeah, 5 hours, 31 minutes and something seconds.
More importantly, what place did you take?
4,420th. So I did it for 420. And I placed at 420.
That's pretty crazy.
That was insane. And I didn't even notice that until about 30 minutes after.
I have to say it's crazy because I'm stoned, because
yeah, that's like the universe speaking.
It is pretty crazy. I mean, that was your whole intent. It was just to bring more attention to the 420 effort and merging those two worlds, and seems like that was almost purposeful. Like, were they putting up like what place everybody was?
You can't. No, that's what I was like so shocked about it. It's like it would have been like if I did see that, like if they had a place, like I would have honestly, like I would have stopped or like let somebody pass me if I needed to. But like I couldn't see the place or anything. I just like saw the finish line, grabbed the vape, and just was like chief across. And
did anybody pass you when you were grabbing the vape? I love that. That would be
funny. Maybe one.
That'd be really funny too.
But like I also picked up the speed once I saw the end. So like the last like 4 blocks, I was like sprinting as much as I could at that time. Like I'm not gonna say full sprint, but like I picked it up the pace. Once you see it, you're just like fucking go. And I was just going as fast as I could, grabbed the vape, and it was just chief. And
where did it end at again?
It was over in downtown by like the harbor area, and like it was like Ash Street and 6th, I believe, or so.
Oh shit! That's
So
like
it was just like the middle of
right there off of
downtown.
like is that Cortez over there? Or
Yeah, I think near that area.
Ashens?
Yeah, so it was nice. I couldn't breathe once I did finish. Like it was hard to breathe. Like definitely, my body was like starting to hurt, and then like I was trying to talk to my sister, and it was like I wasn't crying, but I was like tearing up because I was just like exhausted. My whole body was just like done. But then like
Dude, I don't
I had
know.
to go take a picture, and so I was like, all right, I'm good. Now I'm good. I was like, all right,
Stuff it down with some brown.
dude. Honestly, like there's sometimes you just gotta man or woman up, whatever you want, but you just gotta toughen up and just like fuck this, like and do it. And like
Just gotta
it
bring out your
sucks.
Davis Clark, dude.
I'm
I'm
never
glad you
gonna,
didn't shit yourself like Davis
dude.
Clark, dude.
All right. So mile 24, we're going up the 163, in which fuck those people. Like there's no hills until mile 23, and then you have to go all the way up to 163. So it's just like the biggest fucking hill.
They're like,
And
this will be fun for people. They get to run on the highway.
yeah, like oh dude, that's the worst part. And so like that, like most of that hill, like I was walking, or like I'd run for like a quarter mile and then I just had to walk because it's just you're uphill most of it and you're already exhausted. But yeah, about mile 24, I had to fart. And I remember seeing so many signs and so many people saying, don't trust a fart. And I was like, oh no. I was like, nope, 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 nope. I walk like half a mile. Like I try to jog at some points and then I'm like, no, no, no. And then I'm walking, walking, walking. And then like finally like half a mile, I see a porta potty and I like get to it.
Oh,
And it was just so fast. It was like, and I was like, done, like good to go. But it was like, yeah, that was that close.
That's
Like
what that was.
that's
Okay,
what it would
wow.
have been. That fart would have been
Wow.
all down. Like
Discipline, dude. Discipline.
dude,
Nice.
but yeah, dude,
Wow.
it was close. I didn't use the bathroom at all until that moment, and then that's
Yeah.
when I had to go.
Right.
So like that's the part that sucked. It was like I like every time I saw a porta potty, I was like, I'm good. I'm like I'm gonna do this whole race
Yeah,
without.
that's
Like
crazy.
I was like I'm fine, and like
All the shit that you.
but you couldn't eat
What
much.
did you eat while you were? Did you
So
eat on any of the donut holes and stuff that people gave you at all?
I
or?
carved out a lot the night before. So we went to an Italian restaurant,
Yeah.
Scardelli Italia. It's like across from Vaughn's and PB. Really good. It's that spot right next to the sushi joint. Really, really good. A little pricier, but so
put
good.
A thing up here of the sign of the pronunciation that you
Yes.
you just
oh
said.
my god. And then there was also like a group of like 14 that were eating there too, that they were all for the marathon. Really good. Carved down there, ate a bunch of pasta. The morning of, I had like a Cliff Bar, and then like I was running and I had a couple of those energy packets, which those started to mess with my stomach. So I stopped. I had like two or three, and then I just stopped for those for the rest of the race.
Packets. Fuck.
Yeah, it's like an energy gel thing,
fuck.
and so it gives you like hydration, electrolytes, like things like that, and it's good. And I trained with them for a little bit, but like after the third one, it just started to make my stomach feel off. So I was like, I'm done with these. And then I had like two or three bites of the Cliff Bar while I was running, and that was hard to just like swallow and stuff. So I didn't eat any more of that. And then I had somebody had peanut butter and jellies that they had like cut up. So it was like a little square. So I grabbed that. The only thing that sucked is I couldn't find a water station at like that moment. So I was like kind of running with like a dry peanut butter mouth. So like that's the only part that sucked. But like I needed all that to get through, and so then the rest was good. And then I destroyed some sliders at Waterfront after.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I was gonna say, what was the post game meal? Something crazy, hopefully.
Waterfront Bar and Grill. It's the oldest bar in San Diego.
That's like one downtown.
And
right?
they have the best sliders. They're very simple. It's the meat, cheese, caramelized onions, and chipotle aioli. It's so simple. It's the best sliders in town. I destroyed like 5 of those. Well, I destroyed like 4 of them plus some fries or tots or something. Came back home or to the RV, walked the dogs. Then I let them split one and I ate the other one. So I had 5. And then I just kept snacking all day. So like, then we went somewhere else. I forgot what I had after. Oh, then we went to our friend's place. They were doing a barbecue. So I had a bratwurst there. Then I went to like 7-Eleven, just grabbed like one of the ham and cheese sandwiches and just scarfed that down. And then I grabbed like a bunch of sweets and was eating like watermelon and stuff and just snacking. So like I was just nonstop eating after the marathon. Because I don't eat much. Like I'll probably have like one big meal throughout the day and then like snack a little bit throughout, but maybe two. But like that day I was eating a lot after and the next day.
Well, yeah, fuck yeah. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime thing, I guess. Are you gonna
Yeah.
do another one then?
I'll do halves. I won't do another full. Fulls
Yeah,
suck.
full
They suck. Like my knee
Yeah.
still is sore, and that was like a
Is it
week and a
really?
half ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I still have moments like I'll turn and my knee will be like, oh yeah, that hurts. Like most of the time
26
it's all right,
miles.
but
How much of the 26 would you say you ended up running? Like 20 of it? 18?
20, easily 20.
Yeah.
20,
I was
if
gonna
not
say
like
more.
20. Yeah, 20 to
Minimum, probably
22,
20. Yeah.
23. I probably walked only like, if you count every little bit, I walked probably like 3 miles.
You ran the first 10 fucking.
Just, I
Fuck,
did. I started with like a
gonna miss you,
9.5 minute pace, and I ended up with like a total of like 11 and a half, 12 and a half minutes. So like
It's pretty
as
fucking
an
good
average
to
pace.
sustain over the entire fucking
Yeah.
marathon.
So that was pretty solid. But I'm excited. I will have highlight videos coming out soon. Got my freaking medal. Also, there's a app that's really nice if you're training for any races. It's called the Conquer, like the Conqueror or the Conquest. I think the Conqueror.
Come up here.
It's like $50. And then you get to do all these runs and races. And what it is just during your training, you don't even have to be training. Like you could do it, but you just send in like how many miles you do. So you say you say I'm gonna do 50 miles in like 120 days. And like I said I'm gonna do 50 miles in 90 days. So that's in 3 months, I have to walk 50 miles. And you can just literally you could do walking your dog, you can do the different activities that you pick or whatever, and you just take a picture after and you record it and you send it in. And then so I did that, and so each time I train, I just like put in my miles or whatever and go, and then you can do like themes. So I did the Scooby-Doo theme, of course. So I hit him after I hurt my knee. I was like 10 miles away. And I was like, hey, like I'm training for a marathon. Like I'm close to that 90 days because I didn't start it enough. Like I waited my training. And I was like, do I have to hit it beforehand to get my medal? Because if so, I'm gonna fucking push through this. If not, I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Sure.
And they're like, oh yeah, as long as you do it within like 2 or 3 months of that time. So even if you put 90 days and you don't do it, or 120 days, you don't do it until after, you still get the medal. And so after the marathon, I just sent my thing into it. And so I have a Scooby Doo like tag medal. It's either a medal or it's a collar. I'm not sure which, but it's coming in the mail now. So I'm really excited for that medal too.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, so that'll be coming, and so anybody can do it. There's different themes. There's like Lord of the Rings. There's Hogwarts. There's like just different things on the Concours app. But like, but you can do that.
Make it a permanent fixture of the wall,
right?
Mountain right here. Or something.
I'll have to do that with all mine. I have the Spartan ones too, so maybe I'll just like do it on that wall, or so I'll just have my medals like printed in.
That's not a bad idea, dude. Yeah.
So
get them like fixed to the.
Yeah. That's pretty dope.
Dude, the van is coming together, man.
Yep, we're so close.
Yeah, it looks really
we
nice.
got the shower and solar and wrapping it, and it's done.
Yeah, it's fucking. I mean, the interior is already fucking nice. So.
All right, well, let's switch it over to a little bit of basketball and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to talk Nuggets first or the finals?
Well, I suppose we better start with the Nuggets, I guess, if we're highlighted as Nuggets fans. We should avoid it, I guess.
The Nuggets, we lost to the Timberwolves. How'd you feel? And we haven't had a post since then. So
we lost more shamefully in Game 7 after being up by 20
points
in the second half.
And we blew it. We let the
classic Nuggets, man. Classic Nuggets.
I mean, it's Jokic played all but 1 minute of the entire game.
Yeah.
And or maybe even didn't get pulled off for maybe even a single minute. Like he was exhausted. He gave it us all, but
we just seem to, I don't know, either exceed expectations somehow, even though our expectations were really high this year. They we're able to do that in several games, even during the playoffs. Even though we fucking played like shit for most of the playoffs,
so much.
Especially then in the Minnesota series, we should have won, in 6 at least, But even then, Game 7, we're up, and it's just that I feel like we play better from behind somehow, and then we also, when we're playing with the lead, we like just as like a franchise have historically fucking lost leads like that.
Yep.
Are then just like playing not to lose, rather
exactly
than to win, kind of thing. Whatever that old.
Yep. No, you're playing not to
sports
lose, and
adage is.
then by the time they
Yeah.
get close enough, once they get within 6, you're already too late.
Well, yeah,
6 or 8, like it's already.
fuck. I mean, they cut it to single. I mean, in basketball in the NBA too, 20 is really not even that nowadays. Especially like the teams can get on a run, and then obviously it's harder to overcome. But once you get within 12, that psychological kind of breakdown is already there, because it's only like then it's a 4 possession game if you shoot threes, obviously, but you nail a couple threes and then they get a couple baskets, and then it's easier to get down. It feels like in today's game, just with how high the shot rate is, and the possession rate is much higher than it was even whatever 7 years ago, 10 years ago. So you watch those old games from the early thousands and stuff. It's like watching a different fucking sport sometimes. They fucking the Pistons winning. The games are like 65-70. Going into the last minutes of the fourth.
Yeah, it's completely changed, and
and
now, yeah, our season was ended, and it sucks because after losing that one, you could have taken the Mavs, or it would be a way better finals right now facing the Celtics, just because of matchup wise. I mean, well, true, but also matchup wise, it's just like the bigs. Like, there's nobody stop KP, Kristaps Porzingis, where Jokic would have been. They always go back. Like, he can shoot, but like you can't stop Jokic. Sure. Yeah, that's always a good battle.
Zingis is hurt now. It seems like after game 2, I don't know if that's official or if he's just like kind of questionable at the moment. But it seemed like he was. Did he finish game 2? I didn't finish watching.
I believe so, but I'm not positive. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was within 7, and the first game was freaking like 7. It was 89-107, so it was 18 point.
I texted the group chat. I was just like, I can't believe the Nuggets blew that fucking lead, dude.
Seriously, every time I see it,
was just
shout out to the one.
I was listening to Bill Simmons today, and he reminded me. Yeah, he was talking about it.
What's your prediction for the finals?
I don't know. I mean, I had thought the Celtics were kind of soft. It felt like, even for being a 64 win team.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they've been there for the last like 4 or 5 years, so it's, I don't know, my opinion of them being soft is feels like somewhat unfounded, but
well, I think it's also they're not facing right now. They're both jump shooting teams, so they're not having to face that nitty gritty defense.
Yeah, I don't know if the Mavs can win 2 here, obviously, then that's, of course, then it's back to 0, but that's not saying anything.
Yeah,
I think the Celtics will probably close it out in at least 5 or 6. I mean, I don't think they're going to lose anymore. I
think maybe 5. I think it might be a sweep.
Yeah, I mean, I could see
Luka's doing everything he can. He had a 30-10 game. The first one
has played like shit, and then he's only he only had like, I think I heard on the nice. I think I heard on the Simmons podcast today that Kyrie's only had 28 points in the first 2 games. So, I guess if he comes to life, then, which he has been this whole playoffs, so I guess if he plays more like how he has been, then they have more of a fighting chance, obviously. But I mean,
he had a 32-11-11, and I don't think he's gonna do much.
Kyrie did last game 2.
Luka.
Oh, Luka did.
And then I don't think he can do much more. Like
Luka, but yeah, I mean, if Kyrie can, then they can maybe get back into it. But I don't know, man. Boston seems pretty strong at this point.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown. Like, even Tatum had an off game last game, and he was still freaking. They still won. So
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see if Porzingis goes down and isn't able to play in Game 3, then that might change things because
True.
he's been a huge factor for them.
Oh, massive. In the first
So,
game, he had like 15 in the
I
first
thought
half.
he died in in round 2 or something, so I didn't
It
realize
was
he
like
was even going to come back.
it was a calf injury, which was the same that Murray was dealing with.
Okay,
So like I
remember
think that was a big blow to us as well.
Yeah.
But yes. So what do you think the Nuggets need to do next year to improve and get us back into it?
I don't know, man. What do you think? Fucking, I don't really have anything in mind. I try to maintain everybody that we can. I guess who's a free agent?
We need it. Looney might be
Oh, I mean,
back
like,
up
is there
there.
anybody on the team that
Oh,
we need to resign first, or
KCP is the one we could lose.
yeah,
He's got a
that's
player
not
option,
good.
so he could get paid.
Hopefully he
So
stays.
hopefully he stays. That's the only one we might lose, and so that could change the
That would
rotation
suck
a
if we
bit.
lost him.
Yeah,
That would really suck.
it would really suck. I really hope we don't.
Fuck, that would not be good.
If so, I think you would move Bruce Brown into that role. You got to play the young guys
Bruce
more.
Brown, Shagman with the Bruce
Or
Brown.
I mean, Christian Brown.
I was
Christian
like,
Brown.
I thought you were.
My bad.
You had, yeah.
I mean, I still want to
You were
bring him
texting
back,
about
but
him.
no. I mean, I'd love to, but that's not what I was meaning. My bad. I was meaning Christian Brown.
Yeah,
Moving
I mean,
in there.
Watson, and then
Yep.
but-
Because and then Strawler's gonna get more playing time.
oh,
Pick
Strawler,
it.
too. I forgot about him.
So I like them. You could bring in Andre Drummond to kind of play like a backup center.
Let's see who the
Yeah,
fucking
Zeke,
free agents that we could
Looney.
potentially sign would be.
So those are some guys that could potentially be brought in. I don't want to trade. Some people are talking about trading MPJ. That's idiotic. Keep the 4.
Who said that?
Just fans on Twitter and stuff. Like people are talking like, oh, well, we should trade like this person MP in like a first round for. I think one of them was I keep seeing Colin Sexton in there. Some others, Bogdanovich.
I wonder if OG Anunoby's locked in on the Knicks.
Ooh, I would like Anobi.
Probably. I don't know anybody else. I mean,
we also got some
we
rookies.
We could sign Nicholas Batum.
You never know. I'm just kidding.
Fuck Nicholas Batum.
Yeah, they're good.
I'm just kidding. If we got him, that'd be all right. I guess. I don't know. He seems.
I know.
He's just old now, and I never liked him when he was young.
Steve Adams is one, but he was injured last year. But if he's healthy, I would love Steve Adams if he came back healthy.
Bol back.
No.
Damn. Bruce Brown is a free agent. You could get him. Shagman.
Is he really a free agent? Then what the fuck are people
Alec
talking
Burks.
about? Bring him back. If we lose Casey, I would say KCP is a priority.
Resign Kankar or Kantar.
Oh,
Kankar.
I bet we do. Either
Isn't
him
it Kanchar or is it Chanchar?
I think it's Chanchar. I could be wrong though. It's Vlaco.
I'll just say Vlaco.
So we're either keeping Vlaco or Zeke. I don't think we're gonna keep both. So I could see one of them playing that like backup 4 if one of the other guys move in.
Torrey Craig, dude, return to FTC.
How old is he?
33.
I mean, he could play a backup role. I wouldn't mind him. Are any good point guards? Was Alex Caruso? Was he available? Or does he need to be traded?
I don't know.
Because him as like a backup point guard would be sick.
Yeah. I think he might get some type of trade piece interest though. So
Scooby.
Pick up Lonzo Ball.
Is he still hurt though, right? Wasn't he coming off injury?
Yeah, I think so.
All right,
man. He was fucking.
Well, I think we need to change up our
own,
rotations next year. Mike Malone has said a bunch after this offseason that he messed up. He rode the guys too hard, played them too many minutes. So I think he's going to start finding more ways to rotate the guys. Yeah, during his presser and stuff. Sure. So I think he's going to stop using Aaron Gordon as like a backup. I think he's going to start doing more mixes of bench guys with the other guys. Like, so, instead of just Jamal Murray with the bench, it would be like Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, MPJ, and like Bruce Browning, Payne Watson, or maybe add Julian Strother in there, and then Jokic would play with like a couple of the bench guys and somebody else, and KCP.
Do you think they'll
So,
bring DJ back?
um, DeAndre Jordan only is like what he did this year.
Yeah.
Like potentially, he's
I
probably
would
gonna
love to.
retire.
Oh, you think?
Like if anything, but like if not, he'd probably come back and do the same role because he's a locker room guy. He's just a great locker room guy. So like
Yeah, I
he
mean,
can fill in the
I think he should have
like
played more, honestly, in the
three or four
playoffs. But
games.
I think he should have played more.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
think
believe we lost that fucking game, dude.
I
Looking
know
at the game 7 finals, the box score right now, just like
it sucks so
fuck.
much.
We ended up losing by 8 too. Like,
Yeah,
oh my god.
and then they
What the
tried to do
fuck?
that such. You know what though? The one thing I will say, I'm so glad the Timberwolves lost because that disrespectful attempt to dunk at the end. Like if it wasn't for that
Mm,
and waving at the crowd as they won, it's one thing to celebrate your win, but
yeah.
to talking to our fan, like even Jokic got in his face, he's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He's like, "Don't do that." He's like, "That's like, it's just like that's disrespectful to the basketball gods." You know, appreciate what you're doing. Love, like I did like the team and everything, but the arrogance and stuff like that
I
and
like him,
attempt.
man. I don't know. Fucking.
Yeah, no,
I
I
like
was
him.
so glad that we lost after,
I like him.
and I can't
I
wait
don't
to
think
face
Anthony
him.
Edwards can do really no wrong really at this point.
He's a beast. No, I still love it, but I can't wait to face him next year.
I'm
So-
excited to watch him this summer.
Oh
Olympic
yeah,
team.
the Olympic team.
Yeah.
Dang, that's gonna be good. Do you think like Jokic and Jamal play in that, or you
I
think
don't
they're
know
just
if
gonna
Jokic
chill?
will. I
I don't
know.
think he will.
I don't think he will.
I think he's gonna relax, take some time to chill.
Jamal might, right? I mean,
Maybe.
I don't know, but maybe not.
I think he needs to stay consistent of
Maybe
healing.
not. There you go.
Yeah,
There you
get in a
go.
little
The
bit better
two options.
shape and just be able to run, get a little faster. Not in better shape, faster,
Yeah.
and be able to just stay a little healthier. I think we'll be good. Also, last thing, Oilers versus the Panthers, NHL. I think the Panthers are going to win the Stanley Cup. But shout out to there's a fan that went viral for when the Oilers scored. She just flashed her titties, and so it's like I'm just glad that's just going around. Nothing makes people happier. Like if your man's down or a woman's down, whatever you're into,
Endorsed.
everybody likes titties.
It's true.
It's just true. They just make you happy.
Yeah, especially in a public setting like that where everybody can participate.
Enjoy. If you're at a concert, everybody cheers.
It doesn't apply to in the reverse though at all. Really.
No.
It feels like,
If you're a guy, don't do that. Don't
Doesn't-
flash anything.
doesn't
Don't.
really work that way,
No.
does it?
But anything else you want to say?
Yeah. Don't take your dick out of Dodger Stadium, I guess, is what the message from the podcast should be. Basically, that's about it.
Oh,
Go Nuggets, I guess. Fucking
go Nuggets.
It's been fun watching the NBA this season. Fucking, what are we gonna do next to cover high at halftime here? How we can do with the Olympics, dude?
The Olympics, I'm down.
There you
I'm
go.
down. We can also do what the after of just talking about the winners, which is going to be the Celtics. and
Yeah, let's just
Panthers.
cover a different fucking some different sports and
Yeah.
do some fucking swimming or something too. or
I'm
something.
down. Maybe we'll talk about We'll take them live to a
They're doing
Padres game.
skateboarding, aren't they? For the first time in the Olympics this year.
They
or-
did it the last one. It was the
did
first
they?
time.
Oh, shit.
It was really cool.
All right,
I
well, we'll have to
really liked it. It
watch
was
some of
in
that.
Japan and stuff though, so it was like
That'll be
you had to
better.
be up like really early, like 7 a.m. or so. It was like when they were skating, but it was like there's also a Japanese game show
Sure.
that is skateboarding. So they do like it's almost like Wipeout, but like skateboarding. So like they had like different courses that they had to do and like slide under doors, and it's actually pretty cool. So we'll maybe cover that. We'll cover if you want any sports for us to cover, let us know.
I almost thought that you were saying that was going to be an Olympic event.
No, I wish. I wish. But I
oh
love
my
that skate. I
God.
love that skateboarding's an Olympic event now, dude. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think is golf an Olympic event too now, or I can't remember. Fucking but
Probably. I think
it
so.
is, yeah.
I think so.
Check out Greens and Regulation.
Ow. Make sure you get your shirt. Boom. Show the back.
Yeah, go for GIRFORE.
All right. Well, this has been a great episode. I'm going to send it off with a Bong Rip. And this has been High at Halftime. Catch you next time.
Oh, shit.
You go back?
No, you're good.